I just want to say a happy new year real quick. I was thinking about you guys about a half hour ago. Um, as I was watching people kind of having a good time, because of New Year's, I thought about you guys, um, and I'm like, there's still a lot of people suffering out there right now, just like me, and I'm like, and I'd never really thought about that in the past. Um, it was more that I thought I was the only one suffering a lot. um, this is before I knew I was the scapegoat. Um, before I figured that out, um, and I didn't realize there were other people that went through the same crazy backward shit crazy experience that I went through, uh, growing up as the scapegoat. I didn't know there were others out there that went through a crazy ass experience like I did. So since I do know that now, you know, I I guess I have concern for others out there, um, besides just me, because I'm like, I know there's people suffering out there, you know, from uh, this kind of abuse. It's not an easy thing to recover from, at all. So I, there's, I just thought there's got to be people suffering, you know, as we speak, but still, while a lot of people are just partying right now, uh, I know not all of us are partying, but anyways, I was also thinking, um, since Jesus has been on the mind a lot lately, I've been thinking, I'm like, do, does Jesus understand a star seed? Would he understand a star seed? And most likely, yes. He would understand a star seed, even though star seeds are not mentioned in the Bible at all, or even INFJs are not mentioned in the Bible at all. I still think Jesus understands us. you know, it's just something I thought about. Just because uh, nobody in this world understands us or acknowledges that we exist, star seeds, um, or even INFJs exist, uh, Jesus still most likely understands us still. And that's what I thought about when I was walking around town, I guess, uh, while the New Year's partying was going on. Everybody was out. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Jesus, and everybody's partying and drinking beer, and I'm thinking about these deep questions about Jesus. Like, he would understand a star seed, most likely. He he would understand. Out of anybody, he would understand us. You know, You would think, but I don't know. That was just going in my mind. um, because a part of me wanted to think that um, I was too well hidden for Jesus to understand. Like I was too buried. I was too mysterious for Jesus to understand. I was too much in the background for Jesus to understand or acknowledge. That's what I thought, for a lot of my life. Um, I didn't even know Jesus knew I existed for a lot of my life, really. I didn't think he knew or acknowledged my existence, just like my family didn't acknowledge my existence or anything. I thought Jesus was the same. Um, if I'm honest, I always thought Jesus was part of their religion world, just part of their religion world. He was in their world, not anywhere in my world. Um, but as time has gone on, it does seem like, well, uh, that Jesus knows that I exist or who I am, uh, even if I still don't know who I am. Jesus knows who I am. Underneath all the damage, underneath everything, all you know, Jesus knows who I am. Underneath all the damage, you know. Um, and that's why I think, well, I know um, that um, he's the only one that can really help me or heal me. Either one, help or heal me. Even though I think he's been helping and healing me for a while, um, through people, like I go see like for example, I go see a professional, like a counselor or something. Jesus will, he'll talk through them. It seems like he knows what to say at the right time, to me at that time, basically. That's what I've learned, and it wouldn't surprise me if Jesus inspired the surgeons that worked on me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Jesus was doing it um, to make sure it was good. I know that sounds crazy, but it wouldn't surprise me. But so when I get help from somebody, it's usually Jesus through them. You know, that's what I've learned um, over the years. Um, they'll know how to help me because of him, basically. Um, but, but it is impressive that despite how damaged I am, that Jesus was able to help me even this far from being as damaged as I was to now. It's pretty impressive that Jesus was able to help put me together to this point, to be like this, you know. Um, when before there was not much there was no one home, no personality. I was destroyed, basically. I was as destroyed as you could get without the body dying. For sure. I was as destroyed as someone could get without the body dying. But anyways, I still don't know if I still don't know if I have what it takes to heal uh, the rest of the way. Me, like on my end, I don't know if I have what it takes. I know Jesus probably has what it takes to heal me if I'm willing, most likely. I just have to be willing and believe that he can heal me and have faith that he can heal me and put aside my issues with Jesus that have built up over all the years, of, the same old thing of why didn't you intervene? Why didn't you defend me? That type of thing. I got to get past that issues, and I'm sure other survivors are the same. They have that. Why weren't you there to defend me, Jesus? They all have. I'm sure other survivors have that question. But but it does seem like Jesus watched it all and cared about what happened. It does seem like that. He cared despite what happened to you and what happened to me. He still cared, um, to the point where he's still trying to make things right, basically. At least in my life, he's trying to make things right for what happened to me, basically. It seems like that's what's going on. And I just have to accept the blessings, basically, that come my way. Basically, I have to be accepting of the blessings and not just be bitter and be pissed off and not accept the blessings because I'm still mad at what happened. I'm still mad at Jesus for what happened, because even as a kid, I think, before I was strangled, for example, I was a believer in Jesus before I was strangled. For example, I was a believer, a real one, before I was strangled. But after I was strangled, everything changed. Everything changed after that event happened. Everything changed. I saw the world differently. I saw God differently. I saw Jesus differently. I saw religion differently. I saw everything differently. Everything looked dark. Everything, you know what I mean? Like everything just was different. All the joy in the world was gone. All the happiness in the world was gone. And I could never get it back. And it's amazing how one event can do that to you. Just one. one traumatic event can turn the whole world dark, you know. Um, so to the point where you don't believe in anything, you don't want to be on the planet anymore, you don't care about anything, you know. And I still kind of don't want to be on the planet. um, but I don't know. I feel like I'm learning learning to like it here a little more. I think so. But anyways, um, another thing that I thought about was I do remember very well still uh, the only person that cared about me when it really mattered at my worst in life, um, at my lowest in life. I still remember the only one who cared to this day. And it's been many years, it seems like. It was Jesus. Jesus was the only one that cared about me. Really. When it really, when nobody else cared. Um, so I do remember that, of when um, I was not doing so great, at my lowest, basically. I remember that. Um, I remember who really cared, you know. So that hasn't left me, you know, even though I may not serve Jesus at all, you know. I don't preach on the streets, Jesus, even though I don't do any of that, you know. I even though I don't think, I don't think I'm saved or anything like that. I don't think so. Or that Jesus will choose me in the rapture. I don't know any of that. But I do know that Jesus was the only one that cared about me, you know. Even if I don't accomplish anything in this life, Jesus still cares. You know what I mean? So I remember that for sure. So even though it's taken me a while to get over the anger with Jesus, and I admit that it's taken me a while. Because I've had that anger since I was a kid. I've had that anger at Jesus since I was a kid. So, but despite that, I do know that Jesus was the only one that came for me. He's the only one that cared. At the end of the day, when all's said and done, all these all these hot shots in religion that think they're all great and have titles and have apostle to their name and all that crap, all these men that think they're all great. They're not that great. They didn't give a shit about me. They didn't come for me. They didn't come to help me. None of them did. None of these big shots of this world. None of the big shots of this world gave a damn. No matter how heroic they may seem, none of them gave a damn about me. See where I'm coming from? Only Jesus cared. That's it. Sure, Jesus organized people to help me out. Sure, he did that. But he's the one that cared to actually do anything, to organize anything to help me out. He's the only one that cared at all. When I didn't think anybody cared at all. So I remember that. And Jesus is the only reason I'm free right now. Like, free in the free world. Even though being in the free world is intimidating still for me and tough. Because I never thought I'd have to face the free world like this, in my life. I got pretty used to being just a contained nobody, just prisoner. I got used to that. If I'm honest, I got used to being a hostage, basically. But the only reason I'm this free as I am right now, and I could be more free than I am, I could be more free than I am choosing to be. I could be, I could have more choices, and you know what I mean. But it's only because I'm kind of intimidated by this world a little bit still. I never thought I'd get this far, venture out this far. But anyways, having said all that, the only reason I am this free as I am right now is Jesus. It's true. So yeah. Definitely helped me more than I thought I'd ever be helped in this lifetime. That's for sure. Like nothing of this world could have helped me this much. So to get me to this point, that's for sure. But anyways, I may have been betrayed by people my whole life, betrayed by family, betrayed by everybody. But Jesus has stuck with me for a while now. When people that claimed to be a real follower of Jesus and they were devoted to Jesus, they claimed that to my face and all that, they let me down. But and I figured they would, like I didn't really trust it, but But having said that, despite them, the the people that claim to be real followers of Jesus, despite them letting me down, Jesus has stuck with me still after I've been cast to the wayside by these real followers of Jesus, basically. So let that sink in. So but do I wish I could be instantly healed? Yes, I still wish that. But is it probable? It's not real. It's not realistic. And even even Jesus knows it's not realistic, and it's going to take some time and effort still, um, on my end too. And it's going to be a longer walk than I had planned. I thought um, I thought I'd be married with kids by now and happy. I did think that by now, but I guess the damage done was a little more than I thought. So, but hopefully, whatever whatever Jesus wants me to do, I'll be able to do it. When the time comes. You know, um, but I don't think I'm street preacher material. I do know that people like me. You know, even though I don't like myself, people seem to like me. The real people do. The real humans. um, even in my worst, um, my worst kind of environment I was in, people still liked me, even at my worst. So there's that. So there may be a large faction of individuals that don't like me, but we all know what they are. Basically, they're not real real humans. So I got to remember that too. That they're not real humans. I got to keep keep reminding myself of that. But anyways, I guess that's all I wanted to say. Is just I still remember, um, who was there for me after all this time. So I have and still going because of Jesus, basically. And that's a real statement. So, anyways, I guess that's all I want to say for this video. I will talk to you later.